Okay, I got an iMac, as you can see. I did the research. This should be a quick 10-second video, in and out. We first turn on the iMac. Where's the power button? I'm speedrunning this shit. Okay, now we hold down the Alt key, because Alt is technically options on Mac. See, white screen. It doesn't have an operating system installed on it yet, so we just hold down Alt in order to get it with Windows 7. Yes, yes, see, Drive, Windows. Shit. I clicked enter. Oh, it's booting. Oh, thank God, that took 2 seconds. Oh my God. And where's delete? Oh. Never mind. This is going to hurt me. Luckily, we take out my operating system drive and we restart. Drive off. For once, we're actually going to use my Windows XP bootable disk. Bootable freaking disk. We go ahead. I guess that's good. Oh, well, that's a new sound. Paste. Just clicked enter. So basically what I did, I inserted a Windows XP Professional disk. That is what it's booting from. Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Maybe the keyboard that's not working, not gonna lie. This time we're actually holding down Alt to get to the boot menu. And if it doesn't work this time, I'm just gonna go ahead and... Okay. So, now we're booting from the CD. It is confirmed we are booting from the CD. Is this keyboard not working? Oh. I'm gonna test the keyboard real quick, be right back. Okay, so we're turning it back on. This time holding Alt and F12 in order to eject the CD. Looks like you get a teardown video. Plug. Actually, I'm going to try something. Okay. So, we know that this mouse is working. Fuck, okay. So, yeah, this is a fucking teardown video now. You want to see what the insides of an iMac look like? Well, now you will get to see, because a C freaking D is stuck inside mine. God. Okay, 1 minute. First thing you will need is some suction cup device. I'm broke, so all I have is this thing. You just shove it on the glass because freaking Apple loves to be annoying. And now, you yank it off. That's it. That's all you do. Glass is now off. You don't even need the front glass, but I like it on there, so try about it. Next, all these screws are... God. All these screws are T8. Every single one of them is a T8. So you grab your tools wherever the hell they come from. You find your T8 screwdriver. T8. T8, I believe. And just start going ham. Now, anyone smart enough to take apart an iMac will tell you to sort the screws specially. I, however, am not smart enough to take apart an iMac. Now, you just take off the screws. Princess, move. Move, Princess, please. You just take off the screws in a slow and calm manner. You do not want to damage the inside or outside of the iMac. As I got this iMac for free from one of my friends at school. He had like a ton of them, and I'm just helping him get an operating system on it. I am being a good friend for once, so you do not want to damage this thing. Actually, that's a lie. This is mine. I did get it from a friend. It's still from a friend, but, you know. Caesar, don't rub up against the freaking camera. That's what I'm using to record. Sack the screws however the hell you want. I'm not your mom. Just keep them organized, please. Okay. This is actually the second time I've been in this iMac like this. The first time I had troubles with it, and that was because I was installing a hard drive. Either way, this thing freaking hates me, and thanks to it, I hate Apple. it is through my continued work on computers. I'm not even going into computer science, man. I'm going into freaking mechanical engineering, yet I'm working on these computers because it's a hobby. No, bad screw. You know what? We segregate you screws because, well, we don't want them to fall in the same place. Anyway, it's just a hobby. And, well, through that hobby, I have realized I basically hate all computers other than Lenovo. Like the Compact from 2006 confused me to the point of hatred. The Compact from 2011 made me hate most other Compacts. Like, I'm convinced Compact sucks. Pencil. Fine, that'll do. But, and this, I hate Apple just in general. Never used an iPhone, never planned to use an iPhone. I love Android. It's built off Linux, and I'm psychotic, so yeah. Either way, you get all your screws out. Eventually. You see, mine aren't having fun, but yours probably will. I should probably mention, do not do this at home. These are very, very complex machines. And also very, very dangerous when plugged in. Ooh, see, a long screw. I hope you all are getting this. Either way, these are very complex machines and very high voltage when on. So if you plan to take one apart, make sure it's unplugged at all times. Get all face screws out, that's not it. You have one more set of screws to get, and that is on the bottom of this thing, believe it or not, because Apple loves you wanting to die. Look at it right here. I'm gonna have to go lift that up while unscrewing it, so that's amazing. And I'm not even sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's Phillips. Yeah, that's Phillips. So you remove that screw. Through whatever reason you're getting into an Imac, this is mainly like a 2008, 2009. I don't even remember anymore. I don't care. I've just taken it apart. Either way, you somehow get that screw off. I'm going to use the tried and true method of just unscrewing it. This, are we serious? You can hear the scraping of pain and suffering. Don't mind that. Ugh. But this, of course, is Apple, so they won't play friendly or fair. You see, once you get the screw undone, you have to pry this thing off. And anyone with sense would have a set of tools to do this. My only set of tools I got for Christmas, so I'm going to use a blade screwdriver. You can't even see this, but that part's the part that needs to come off. So you just use a blade screwdriver, like so. Now it's off. Now you can successfully set your Imac back up and realize you screwed up somewhere. Actually, no, you didn't. Now, you gently grab it and you take it off. You do not want to touch the screen with your bare hands. However, I don't give that much of a shit anymore. So you take it off. Preferably from the top, because once you get it off the top, then you can just kind of... See? Now that's a naked iMac! Now you need to get behind the freaking screen! iMac open, and your nitrate gloves on so you don't mess up the screen. You want to take it off! These are, I believe, T8 again. Yeah. These 8, it doesn't matter where you put them. So now you just need to get something to put them in. That's where having a bowl comes into play. You set your 8 T8s in the bowl, then you're all set. Now once you're inside the iMac with the screen off, that's where you would find a freaking tutorial to do this for you. But you're not looking for a tutorial. You're looking for me, some random man, to take apart an iMac and yell at it because I feel nothing but pure hatred. Okay. Now that you removed all the screws from your iMac screen, you can just kind of pull it off. But it wouldn't be that easy, now would it? So after you got the iMac taken apart, you gotta lift the screen up. And now, you gotta move the screen somewhere, but you can't. You're right, you can't, because this thing exists! And you can't take that off with just any screwdriver. Actually, you might be able to. I believe it's AT5. But these two screws, which I'm not sure if you can see them, it's not a T5. Might be T6. Oh yeah, these two screws are T6. So keep in mind and keep a tally of what you need. Keep a tally of what you need. You need a T8, a degree in mechanical and electrical and freaking basically every engineering you can think of. The patience of a literal monk. Oh. And the ability to just not care. Now you get to the CD drive, the thing we need to take apart in order to grab my disc. So we just grab a torque, and that's not a... That's a Phillips! So you set the screen down precariously, and go grab one of your Phillips. Now you move your screen again. Well, that's so nice. The end of the cover. And you start taking apart the drive. Mini screw. Yes, these screws are so tiny, I can't even tell you what made them. And be careful not to drop any of these screws, because if you do, you're screwed. grab one of your forks again. You know what? It's going to be so much easier if you just take this out. I'm gonna be honest, if you don't like watching a man brutalize an apple drive, don't watch this next section of the video. I'll put a timestamp to where you can skip to. That's about it. Now you can ditch the nitrate gloves, take your prize of a CD drive, and start taking it apart. As it is way easier to do so now than it was when you did not have the room to take it apart. Now, Apple has its proprietary CD drive. And you just need to open it. Now, how does one do that? I don't freaking know. This is gonna deal some unneeded damage to your CD drive. And I'm looking at this and I can't see the way to get into it. There's tape here. And since we have no respect for Apple, he's just gonna kind of take it off. Well, that tape was not used for anything. This thing still won't open. So, I'm just gonna pry this shit open. There! My disc returns. That's all we need. Now, this looks pretty bad, because it is. I just forcefully pulled open a fucking disk drive. Oh, there was the last sticker. However, I can fix this shit. It starts off by removing the shit normally. That's a tiny Phillips! But now that it has been fully removed normally, I can bend it back. Use a hammer. There, good as new. And this one is going to be a bit harder. Not hard enough though. Open this. Now we go ahead, put this back on. Snaps back in place. And once we get the screws in, it should be good as new. Still one screw. Two screws. My screwdriver. And the third screw is going in. That's the wrong screw. Third and final screw. Now we've put this back on because, well, apparently we need it back on. Which just so happens to be T8. So we go ahead and we insert them. If this thing still works after this, I'm going to be thoroughly surprised. After all, I just freaking tore into this thing, man. I didn't even need to do that. I just gotta get my disc back, man. This is why I don't like these type of disc things. Like, PlayStation 2 disc trays are better. I prefer disc trays over, like, whatever these are. I'm pretty sure they're still disc trays. But it's like, I much prefer it whenever they actually come out. This goes back here. See? Good as new. Now, we're not going to mess with the Imac anymore because I just had a great idea. I forgot to record my first Windows 7 installation. I have two versions of Windows 7, which is why you saw Windows 7 running on the Compact. But I forgot to record the first one, and that didn't work on the iMac. But I still have the video of me throwing the hard drive into the iMac. So I'm not sure if where I'm gonna put that, but that's what I have. So maybe it's exactly after this part. I don't know. Anyways, that's the reason you'll see, like, me say, oh, this has Windows on it, or trying another version of Windows, even though you only see me install it once. What you want to do? Let's grab another PC. This one is the old Compact. It still functions, but the hard drive is dead. But you know, you grab a computer. Because you're obviously going to have two computers, that's why you're fixing up your iMac, you know? So you can use two computers at the same time. Or you're just insane, or you want views on YouTube, and you're hoping that putting an iMac video on your channel will win you the YouTube roulette. Either way, you get this open. Put that somewhere, I don't know. Now this one, I'm not going to show you how to take the hard drive out, as I've done so in a previous video. That was an expert plug, by the way. But you just... Your goal here is not to take everything out, just the hard drive. Just enough to get the hard drive running. But you take out the hard drive. This one's like 2 terabytes, I believe. Doesn't matter. But you take that out. These little screws are going to be a problem, so you got to take them out as well. Luckily, they're also T8s. I'm not going to bother putting this in all fancy like because we just need it to go. So you plug it in. You plug it in, put it back where the old hard drive was. Bring this down to plug it in, which this is a disk drive. You plug that in, and for all safety, you want to put the power supply back where you found it. There. Now, you're free to plug it in, turn it on, do all that. Now, most of the time, you would have to put this back. Most people would put that back because they're smart and don't want to die. But for the sake of efficiency, and also I'm not touching any of the top stuff, I'm going to keep it open. So now that you got your computer set up, you can aim your camera at the monitor, you freaking blast. You need your freaking input-output. What's it called? Keyboard. You need your keyboard. That much is obvious. So you turn it on. Spam escape. Then you go ahead, grab your SD. Where did I put that stuff? Oh, right here. But you grab your SD, plug it in, go to the boot menu, I believe it was this. Yeah, it's this. Anyway, you go ahead, set up Windows. And you let Windows do its thing, you know? It's gonna take a bit. Oh, what the... Okay. So, go ahead, shut off Windows, turn back on the computer, you boot from USB, because you have your Windows 7 on the USB. Okay, now you got the full PC, you go ahead, type your name, mine's gonna be nah, MacBook.pc, no password, and it is currently give me 1 moment. There. Yeah. Looks good. Windows 7's updating. Now you just sit back. Now that we got Windows, what we are going to do is instantly shut it down. Because we don't want to use that. So we shut it down. Now that's finally shut down. We unplug the PC. Set the materials back. Unplug this. Okay. So now that we got everything done and dusted on that, and turned, now we swap back to the MacBook. We just want to screw the thing back on. Well, we are simply going to screw this back in. Plug it back in. Plug these two things back in. Lift it up. Pray it doesn't come crashing down. In fact, we're going to go ahead, screw in 2 screws. Okay. Minute. I installed this thing upside down. So we unplug the 2 things we just plugged back in for the screen. Unplug this, we gotta flip it back on around. Now we put this back in. There. Now we plug the stuff back in. It shouldn't be too hard. We get the 2 screws in because I don't trust this thing. We're doing one up top right and one bottom left. That way the screen is secured at 2 points opposite of each other. Now we lift it back up because the screen is at no danger. But we lift it back up. Plug our back in. Turn it on, and pray it works. If not, there's a reason we didn't put that whole thing back together, and that's because we got another operating system downloaded. That being Snow Leopard for the Mac, like an actual Mac operating system that we will be using if this one doesn't work. Okay. Seems to be booting. So it's not booting. You see, this is why you weren't an idiot and put it all back together, because now we need to get back to the thing. But now we need to get back to the thing, and it won't be so hard this time. See, that took 3 seconds to take this all apart, grab the freaking thing. Now, we grab this. I'm going to go Rufus the thing after I get the hard drive plugged in. Actually, no, I'm going to Rufus the thing before. Wherever I put it. Yeah, I'm going to go Rufus this USB and then get to putting that stuff in. This is a live Linux distro, which if you don't know what that means, basically I install it live, which is the worst description I've ever given to anything in my life. But to understand it, basically Linux runs off the USB until I install it to the hard drive, which is my goal. Now we plug everything in. Anyway, you restart computer. I know it looks ugly. Now you just wait for it to install. Well, wait for it to boot, then you install it. It's a whole thing, but you know. Okay. Now that you've got it hooked up, you execute install the hard disk, well, hard drive, and wait for it to install. And wait for it to open. Okay, so now this should just straight up boot. At least that's the plan. If it doesn't, well, we'll start working on another video. Okay, that is enough of that. This is the end of what I'm doing for today. Because God, I've tried everything that I can think of right now. I just want to put this thing up. So, okay, this is just so stupid. Every other operating system I tried to install on this required me to go and install on the compact. I got the compact out even because I figured, hey, it's probably not going to install. But here it is! Just working. I am so upset. Oh my god. That is so upsetting. The literal first time I have the chance to try an Apple operating system, it just works. You know, I thought I was being a bit harsh on Apple with their whole inability to repair. You know, I figured, hey, it's probably just the best they could have done with the stuff. No, this just sucks. Apple's just a horrible company. Yes. Hang on. Okay. I have an idea. So, this thing isn't detecting the hard drive, which has a brand new operating system on it, like one of the newest Fedoras. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to film this because filming it, you've seen me take apart this Apple PC, like Apple Imac, at least 4 times now. At least 4 freaking times. So I'm going to take it apart, take out the hard drive, install Windows 7 on that hard drive, then install macOS on that Windows 7 hard drive. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to throw in the other hard drive, the 2TB hard drive I have in the Compact in there, and see if that works. This is going to be a long time for me, not for you. For you, it's going to be like 2 minutes. Also, oh, I haven't turned the light on. That explains so much. Anyway, have fun not watching this. I will be back in about an hour. Okay, so Apple's loading. I'm gonna go ahead, load into Mac, install DVD. Here we go. Finally, after 4 years. I haven't even had this thing for 4 years. Now what is this thing? It could be a load of things. My channel, my MacBook, my computer. I've had, it could be legitimately anything, but either way, after like 2 weeks of, well, a week of not being able to get this thing to work because Apple's such a bitch, I was able to get it to work. Yeah, sure, it's gonna take a bit, and my camera's on, low battery, but still. Mac OS. Why can it not? Aww. But I only have a 500 gigabyte SD card thing on this. I guess I'll be going to an older Mac. While I do that, I'll go ahead and charge up the camera. Okay, so I was getting ready to install this, but I figured might as well go ahead and put it on camera so you guys know. I found out what the problem was. I was using Snow Leopard, which was released in 2009. This MacBook was released in 2008, and the one right before it, Leopard, was released in 2007. Therefore, this MacBook should be able to run the 2007 version, Leopard, which is what I'm installing. Well, that does this thing. I'm gonna use whatever.
good boy. He's always been a good boy, and look what someone's done to him. They've been awful to him. We need to rescue him. Seriously, though, nice guy. He's got such haunting eyes. And that's really nice. He's happy.
Okay. So I had time to read that. Basically, I have to use disk utility to prepare my thing for installing, which sucks. But we're getting further than we did before, so. You can see me. Okay, that should work. Okay, so I just repartitioned the thing. This is going, well, I wouldn't say well. long as it's installed. Okay. Okay, so we finished installing it. Finally. That was about, I'm gonna say, a minute for you guys. 16 minutes of me just kind of existing. Anyway, now that we got it done, we must do what I call a Baringa Studios move. And see if it can game. Oh. Hi. Oh my god, it did something, it did something, it's blue! Oh, it's gray. Aw. Oh, what is this? Why? Huh? Why? Why me? Oh! It does not seem to have audio. Why? Just let me get to the operating system, man. I want to get to the home menu. We get it. There's no key. Oh, wait. Hang on, let's... Okay, I see. Okay, so I don't have a Mac. Oh, I'm gonna blur all that out. Why do you need all this? You know, I'm just gonna cut this all out so that you can't really see this. Yeah. Alright. Just figured it'd be better to ask them, say, hey Dave, you got the job to do on computer?
It's like, what's it asking me to do right now?
It's just asking for all the stuff. What time is it?
5:16.
5. Oh.
What?
Oh god. Oh! Okay, so first we're gonna eject the install. And now we're gonna check what's in this thing. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, now, how do I find settings? I don't like this. Let's check the system. Okay. We want the... God. Where the hell is it? Okay. Give me a minute, I'm gonna... Okay. I'll go ahead and connect to the internet. You won't see it. What's it? Purple Trumpet 182? Ryan! What's the password again?
Password?
Yeah.
Purple trumpet 22.
Any capitals?
No, no.
That's not working. No. Okay, so... What? 95? 85?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
So it is purple trumpet 182. I don't know why. So I'm taking this button now.
Okay.
Why
Well, that's gonna be the end of that for right now until I can get my freaking internet worked out. This is the third time in editing I've recorded something, though it's fine. I'm just gonna give you the rundown because I didn't record the rest of it. I was planning on recording once I got the Imac connected to the internet and able to actually play Steam games. That never happened with Apple's operating system because it was too old and Safari sucks. So anyway, I tried to test if the CD drive worked, which it didn't work. Who could have seen that coming? But the drive didn't work, so I eventually just decided, you know what, screw it. And a few days after I finished recording, I got Linux Mint on my surprisingly useful quote-unquote laptop that I made last video. I got a Linux Mint ISO, and made it bootable, and installed it on the PC, the Imac. You will never guess what happened. It actually installed, it actually detected and actually installed. Now, would that have saved me a lot of time? Yes. Was it my fault? Most likely, yes. I didn't think about it. Either way, now the iMac's got Mint and is actually usable. I'm trying to get Windows apps to run on it. But that's the end of the iMac. I might make a few more videos with it, like I did the Compact, but it functions now, so